What's the most underrated joy of life? The older I get, the more of a holy grail this has become. I would give anything to just find a way to release the pressure in my head with a mind-bending deep sleep. I still remember waking up as a kid, thoughts just blank and greeting the world with a new sheet of paper. Now it's devolved into just realizing my eyes are open and continuing to scribble on the same sheet of paper that's basically all pencil marks by now. Then you're in for a treat. If you want to clear a blocked nostril, put your finger over the opening of said nostril and breathe very slowly in and out, making it seem you're not getting enough air. Make sure not to overdo it, but do it enough where you feel some tension building in your body. After about 30 or so seconds, you will notice the blocked nostril will begin to open up and unclog. Take your finger off your nostril and check. If it's still clogged, try some more until it opens fully. I suffer from allergies and this works wonderfully for me. I find after doing this that my nostrils aren't as clogged as much as they used to be. On the flip side, getting on the highway right after the apocalyptic level of traffic begins literally happened to me last week. The roller coaster of emotions driving down the on-ramp thinking oh fuck you gotta be kidding, only to realize this on-ramp enters right after the incredible amount of road work which held up miles of traffic. Pure bliss. I'm currently staying in an Airbnb with a girlfriend. She booked it. Sounded fun. Out in the woods. A cute little A-frame. There are no showers. It has been one day and I miss having a shower oh so much. We have 4 more days here. Send help please. Coming from New England, that first spring day that's 15 degrees warmer than the warmest day in the past 5 months. Everyone in a t-shirt with windows down blasting music. That or the complete opposite in New England is nice too. The first morning in fall where the chilly morning is 15 degrees colder than the coldest day in the last 5 months. Not quite cold yet but a crisp refreshing chill that signals foliage is coming. Nice weather is nice smile. Yeah, those small interactions are fun. I took my folks to the local zoo this summer, and we were passing by the llamas. I had seen the photo online of a little one when it was born. Why we went to visit, to see the new additions. It was already fully grown. My mom closed in for a photo, but it wasn't having it, and was giving my mom the side eye. He got really up close to the fence with that posture that we just know it wants to spit on us, and another family was coming over. We all looked at each other and shared a laugh without saying a word as we retreated to a safer distance. The llama got even more mad as we laughed and looked everyone in the eye like you think this is funny? I will destroy you. So yeah, good times. When a pet gives you affection without asking for some. When I'm playing a video game and I suddenly feel the fuzzy nose of my cat pressed against my neck, emitting a soft purr, usually makes me take a second to just appreciate how loving that felt. I have rediscovered this after I got a kid. I consciously don't touch my phone when I am out and about with my 5-year-old. So I often find myself doing nothing but observing the world around me when he is playing around. Plus being able to do simple things like throwing rocks in the water, picking up flowers, feeding grass to the cows in the fields etc. Things I didn't take the time to stop doing before, also because it looks weird for an adult to do them without a kid next to him. I strongly believe that doing nothing is a vital part of a healthy lifestyle. My favorite way of doing nothing is lying down, preferably somewhere outside, eyes closed, knees bent, and living in the feeling of the ins and outs of my breath inside my tummy. Magical things happen there. The little things, the cups of tea before school, the near endless hours spent binging your favorite series, small talk with your siblings, the random songs that pop in your head, etc. I don't know. I find these things comforting and they make me smile and appreciate my life just a little bit. I haven't felt this in so long. Moved cities a few years ago and through various things like job hopping and the like, I never really had time to click with anyone. There's also some small town culture here despite it technically being a city. People never leave their high school friendship groups. Don't get me wrong. I'm a pretty sociable guy and I've made a few pals here, but I don't have any close friends or a consistent group I hang out with. The group I was a part of back home slowly split up through one reason or another, that is people moving cities. Still close with a couple of folk from it, but due to distance and schedules, we only see each other a few times per year, even less recently due to the pandemic. I miss being a kid and having all my friends right at my doorstep. I'm not a lonely person, but this has been a lonely time in my life. Ed, sorry for the downer. Got a little carried away with my thoughts when writing. My point is, absolutely cherish the development of a close friendship and put effort into nurturing it at the start. Just smelling some fresh spring air. That is the smell of cow manure where I live. In western Norway, the smell of cow shit permeates everywhere in the spring, and it is such an amazing smell since it means the spring is here. Though most of us hope to not smell the rain. When spring rolls around, it has usually rained for almost half a year straight, so we are hoping for some sunny days. Key lime pie. You ain't making that at home. You probably forget it exists most of the time until there's no other option but something you hate like coconut or pineapple. I don't hate these things, I'm throwing out examples, and you order it, but then you remember how goddamned good it is. A bath toy, and not in a sexual way, just having a little thing with you in the tub, that you can mindlessly fondle and fidget with as your mind drifts off to that old familiar feeling from way back when you were still a kid. It feels so good to just blank your mind and enjoy the simple and childish act of playing with something. It's like all the weight of being an adult doesn't exist, just for a brief moment. I have a toy boat from when I was still little, and it just sits in my bathroom. I occasionally fill the tub with some bubble soap to just sit in it with my boat for a little while. I'm a 37-year-old man, and decompressing this way keeps me going. For me, it's my early morning walks. I don't put in my headset or listen to music most times. Early mornings are quiet and there are less people around, and you can just hear sounds from nature. Not many cars around. There are a lot of trees around my place, so you can listen to all those bird sounds. Literally leaves me in a good mood and calmer after my walks. Curiosity and learning, as in, having been presented something that is puzzling, obscure, or mysterious, your curiosity rises and you seek out info. You don't always find absolute answers to everything, but the urge to understand is something more people should embrace and enjoy. Everyday comfort. I cringe every time I see one of those get out of your comfort zone motivational posts. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, then why don't you just sell your house, quit your job, and go live out on the streets? You know, get out of your comfort zone, lol. Getting barreled surfing. 99.999% of humans will never know the complete and unadulterated ecstasy of powering into a huge open-faced slab of water and watching it curl over you as you race to escape in a dance that defies everything we have been taught is normal. That feeling inside the tube when sound echoes and your concentration becomes one with nature is the most fleeting yet most intense high I can naturally achieve. Yes, when your mind is taking its time processing the beauty of something, walking into an unexpectedly beautiful building, or witnessing a show or a trick you didn't expect, or even just simply testing something new. Realizing that your opinion of yourself is far more important than anyone else's. It may not seem like it, but once you realize that people are going to hate on everything you do, regardless of what you do, even the good things, you stop caring what they think. It has set me free in so many ways. I'm more open to trying new things where I'd formerly feared embarrassment. I no longer care what former friends/exes/colleagues think of me when I pop up on their social medias or they hear about me IRL. Just trying to live my best life. Case in point, an ex of mine has been shaming me on TikTok for a while. I used to let it bother me. Now I don't even check her TikTok anymore, which has been a huge step for me, because I've always been one to defend myself if I feel my reputation is being unfairly tarnished. Whether or not she's still posting about me doesn't even matter. I know I don't need to justify my actions to her or anyone else, because I know I always do my best to be respectful and considerate, and I did everything I could in that relationship. I have no regrets and I'm proud of myself for the progress I've made since. It's truly amazing. I hope all you Redditors feel the same or get to experience that sometime. You deserve to feel free from those kinds of constraints. Live your best lives and don't let the haters get you down. Dry clean feet. I am raising a litter of puppies, and it seems I am always stepping in water. They gulp water and then drip everywhere. How straining, or worse, if out in the yard cleaning up their contributions. Oh, and not stepping on loose kibble. That hurts like Lego. Super crisp fresh air in the morning, not too cold but cold enough to where you can tell your nose is colder than the rest of your face and it wakes you up a little to take a deep breath. Bonus points if you're headed to work in the morning and you're firing up your truck diesel and smell it running fat until it comes to temperature. Benefiting from the cultivation of the ability to plan ahead. It takes decades for many people, and many more literally never get the hang of it, but being able to plan 2, 3, more steps into the future and put things in motion to make all the transitions smooth, so that when issues arise or things happen as expected you're just ready for them. Oh no, the power went out. Good thing I got those flashlights. How do I find them in the dark? Good thing I put all the emergency gear in a chest in the bottom of the linen closet. Oh no, the flashlights are dead. Good thing I got those spare batteries and put them in the emergency chest with the candles and matches. The peace of a single night alone, when your entire family is out of the house, including the dog. Oh, more than that one day and you'll miss them a lot. More than 2 and you'll be downright sad and lonely. But that one night to yourself, oh so wonderful. Going to the grocery store. Eating is one of the most satisfying experiences we can have, and there are buildings filled with fresh delicious foods of every imaginable type. All we have to do is wander around and say I'd like this or that and I'd love to try this, and then we can go home and spend an hour in anticipation as we smell and taste ingredients in various stages of preparation. And then we finally get to eat. We get to relish in what we've been looking forward to for hours or even days. And it all starts at the grocery store. Not having canker sores. Google translated this. I have acid reflux and my mouth is full of them. My anxiety just make it worse, and my depression that reached the levels of making me not take care of my own physical health multiple times don't help at all either. Anyway, next time you have one, be thankful for it not being the size of your fingertip, or for it going away in just 2 days max. Some of mine take more than a week to go because they keep getting hurt on my teeth while I sleep, eat, talk or exist in general. When your partner is away for a night or two and you get to roll over onto the cold side of the bed, it's absolute bliss. I love her, but she's a goddamn burning inferno that insists on invading my space all night long. I miss the cold side. I'm a substance abuse counselor, and when I hear a client say I never thought of it like that, it's the best feeling in the world. Also, today my granddaughter finished her first week of kindergarten and I got to my daughter's house in time to see her get off the bus, and she ran across the yard yelling yeah, 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 and it is just so amazing to be a grandmother. If you have children, when they start to look for your reaction to things with their eyes full of joy and amazement, or when they start holding their arms out to be held and they reach for you, it's a little heartwarming thing. If you don't have children, not having crumbs everywhere. You know when you wake up and you're tired and not feeling like getting up yet, but when you check the time it's actually an hour or two before your alarm goes off. Yeah, that extra time you get to sleep in is so underrated. Sometimes I purposefully set an alarm way before my actual alarm BC. I enjoy it that much. Lol, my own little life hack. Watching children play together, seeing them experience things for the first time that you've come to take for granted, the pure joy and sheer interest they have in the world. I wish it weren't so damn creepy to just sit in a park and watch kids play. Reminds me of simpler times before my back gave out and running became a challenge. I could write a long list of things related to pets and loved ones, but if we're talking about deeply underrated, I peeled old, gross wallpaper off of the walls in my recently purchased pre-loved house, and it was glorious. For anyone who has worn nail polish, you know the weird satisfaction of peeling nail polish off? Peeling off giant sheets of wallpaper is just an amplified version of that. I know many times wallpaper doesn't come off that easily, but I guess I got lucky. My walls need a fresh coat of paint, but, damn, they already look so much better without that nasty wallpaper. When people take time out of their night and wait for 12 a.m. to wish you a happy birthday, bonus point if they write you a long wholesome message. I learned that this makes the rest of the year so much better for me. So now I do this for everyone's birthday and make sure I tell them how much I love and appreciate them and what they do. Going for a walk on a nice day, seeing an animal, drinking coffee, polite small talk at the store or shop, eating McDonald's, having a friend, holding someone's hand, hugging a parent or grandparent, finishing a to-do list, watching a movie, reading a book, napping, decorating, buying someone a gift, cleaning, listening to music, shutting off your phone for a while, answering a post on Reddit, watching cartoons, etc. I have never had a more than mildly enjoyable orgasm in 10 years. I honestly didn't care until recently. I've been on medication and depressed. I've had detoxing and suddenly my clit has become alive again. I used to have all kinds of toys. I've been desperately trying to find one. Anyone. I briefly remember throwing them away in the recent past because I was sure, despite my age, that I'd never need them again. The great outdoors, feeling the sunlight on your skin, taking in the crisp, fresh air, letting the sounds of birds chirping, bees buzzing, and leaves rustling to take you in. No interruptions, just taking in the beauty of Mother Nature. I'm blessed to live in a town of fewer than 9,000 people in Idaho, so I understand said beauty. I can link photos in the comments if you'd like. Holding, cuddling your young child and they fall asleep, listening to them slowly drift off, breathing heavier while their little arms do a small movement while they go deeper into sleep, smelling them full of J&J lavender lotion, then realizing how much you love this little one. Then, when they are awake, hearing the careless laughter, like over the simplest of things, a noise, an action, or anything that sets them into a fit of uncontrollable belly laughs. True joy. For me, it would be having the ability to get bored. I mean, especially when you take into consideration the people who are struggling for their lives anywhere. Whenever someone asks me what my plans are, I sometimes have the audacity to say, well, maybe just lie down and get bored today. I know it doesn't always mean one doesn't have anything to worry about, but I appreciate the fact that I can get bored and be able to not need to do anything about anything. A general feeling of health and well-being. Sleep, exercise and especially diet are things that by design and concept have deteriorated for most people, which has actually led to somewhat unhealthy being considered normal and healthy in general now. A feeling of chronic minor fatigue or unnatural health issues that weren't existent 200 plus years ago are considered normal. When you actually get those three basics right, the way you physically and mentally feel is so much better, in a passive yet very noticeable way. Niche one. But my family adopted two feral working dogs who weren't good with anything or anyone, and the most underrated joy was watching them adapt to home life and make friends with animals that they apparently disliked. Like when the male dog met my orphaned kitten, they became best friends and would cuddle and look out for each other, and when the male dog died the cat was right beside him nose to nose. It was a far cry from the vicious feral dog he once was. Making a drink just perfect or finding the perfect drink for you, perfect temperature, blend, and overall execution. Any bad day can be a good one when you end it with a glass of your favorite beverage. Life. Most people take the simple things like taking a step, or being able to breathe for granted. I love to live, it's one of my favorite things. I don't need life to be exciting, just standing in the rain brings me joy. As a long-COVID sufferer who has lost taste and smell, I would say just having a comfort meal or being able to enjoy a nice candle. Being unable to smell or taste something nice is like a day without sunshine.